Hello student, welcome back to my new video. Today we will discussing about virus which we were discussing in our last class. So we will continue from that there. So here which we are discussing was virus. From there we find that they are the protein coat called capsid made of protein coat called capsid made of small subunit called so we find that where we have left there the protein virus has the protein coat called capsid made of a small subunit called capsomers and which is which protect protect nucleic acid. So what we find, we have discussed in the virus that it contains genetic material RNA and DNA, and both in a single virus is not present, that is RNA and DNA both are separate. And in general, viruses that infect plants have single stranded RNA, and that infect animals have either single or double stranded RNA or DNA, which we have discussed earlier. And now we are continuing from there. That is, the viruses, it have protein coat called capsid made up of a small subunit called capsomers, and which protect the nucleic acid present there. And it causes, what are the disease which it causes? It causes mumps, smallpox, herpes, AIDS, influenza, etc. All this you will be well known about all these diseases that is caused due to virus. In plant also, viruses also affect in plants, that is forming a mosaic in the leaves, curling of leaves in plants. It causes mosaic formation, leaf rolling, and curling, yellowing of leaves, and vein clearing. Commonly you will see that there is a leaf without any, only veins you can see and find out. Dwarfing and stunted growth. So How it affects the plant? We find that in plant it causes mosaic formation, leaf rolling and curling, yellowing and vein clearing, and dwarfing, dwarf, dwarfing and stunted growth. Means that it affects the growth in the plants, and the leaf and that is has been eaten and only the veins are seen. These all are due to the effect of viruses. So here we complete the virus. Now there we had found that viroids. Viroids. So what are viroids? Viroids, it is a small virus. What is this? It is also a virus, but it is small. It is named it lack protein coat and consists of only nucleic acid. So it names viroid because it lacks protein coat and consists of only nucleic acid. So due to this, it is named viroid. So it causes what is causes it causes potato spindle tuber disease. So viroids, what we find in this, it is a small virus. It lacks protein coat and consists of only nucleic acid. For this, due to this it is named as viroid. What it causes? It causes potato spindle tuber disease. And it in this RNA are free and low molecular weight, having low molecular. In this RNA are free and having low molecular weight. So about viroids, it is a small virus. It lacks protein coat and consists of only nucleic acid, due to which it is called as viroids. It causes potato spindle tuber disease. In this, RNA are free and have low molecular weight. So these are about viroids. So we have discussed virus, second viroid, and now third we will discuss about prions. Third is about prions. Third is prions. So what is prions? It is a prions. It is a intrinsically disordered protein. What is this prions? Prions it is a intrinsically disordered proteins. What does mean? That it affects our neurons, prions directly affect our neurons. So it is infectious neurological disease that contain no nucleic acid. And third, it can trigger normal protein in the brain to fold abnormality. So in prions, it is a intrinsically disordered protein. It is infectious neurological disease that contains no nucleic acid. So what does prions does? It affects our nervous system. It can trigger normal protein in the brain to fold abnormalities. So prions, what does it do? It affects our nervous system. It can affect both human, it can affect both plant and animals. So what does it does? It affects both in plant as well as in animals. And what is the kind in animals, plants and animals, human being? In human, what does it do? It affect due to eating of meat. How does it affect the human? It affects by eating of meats. It affects our nervous system. So what we find in the prions, that it affects both plants and animals and human beings. And humans are generally affected by eating the meats, through which prions enters and affect our nervous system. So one should be very careful while taking of meat. And what are the diseases caused? It causes bovine spongiform encephalopathy, that is BSE, bovine spongiform encephalopathy in cattle. And another is Creutzfeldt Jakob disease, commonly called as CJD. This is also in short written as CR Jakob disease, which is full form is Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. So prion, what it causes, the disease name is bovine spongiform encephalopathy, that is BSE in short, in cattle, and Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, that is CJD. Now we are moving to the fourth part, that is lichens. Third, which we have discussed, is prions. Now fourth is lichens. So lichens, it is a symbiotic partnership of two separate organisms. Water lichens, it is a symbiotic partnership of two separate organisms, that is fungus and alga. So water lichens, it is a symbiotic partnership of two separate organisms, that is fungus and alga. And in this fungal and alga, that is why it is called a symbiotic, because alga helps in preparing food, while food for fungi, while fungi provides shelter, nutrition and water for alga. So why it is called a symbiotic partnership? Because alga helps in preparing food, as it is green, it is autotrophic, can make his own food, and it helps the fungi. While fungi, what does fungi do? It provides shelter, nutrition and water for alga. So it is called a symbiotic partnership. And now we'll see that how it is helpful to find a clear nature. In this, where it is a good pollution indicator. Because it only grows where there is minimum or no pollution area. So lichens is a good pollution indicator, because where it is found, that it shows that there is very minimum or no pollution area. There is no pollution. So it is found that the lichens are a good pollution indicators. Both has fungal and alga has the components called as mycobionts and phycobionts. fungal components called microbiont, that is heterotrophic and alga has phycobiont, which is autotrophic. So now you would clearly understand why there are symbiotics. So fungal components are called mycobionts, while alga components are called as phycobionts. Phycobionts, which are autotrophic in nature, that is, which can make their own food, while mycobionts are heterotrophic, that depends upon the other, and other is here, that is alga, which is symbiont to each other. So here we complete lichens. And dear friends, here we ends the chapter biological classification, and you may easily understand all the things. If you find any doubts including this chapter, you can phone or you can contact as you wish, and I will try to make you clear and make you understand. Thank you very much.